Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Terence Crawford's trainer Bomack, hey, the rumor is he's coming home. And Bud fans are already out here saying it's on now. I tell you what, man, we got to wait and see. He's still got to get back here to the United States. But that's the word on the street. If it's true, that was reported by Blue Blood, right? But this is the thing. When Bomack got locked up about a month ago, right? Talk about coming off of a high, getting the biggest win of Terence Crawford's career and Bomack's career as well. Having been the guy to lead his fighter into becoming two-time undisputed in the four-belt era. And then to have it all come crashing down after another huge win with Eubank Jr. going out there and clipping Liam Smith, right? To have it all come falling apart, man. Very unfortunate. But that being said, he even missed out on getting Keyshawn Davis up to speed for his fight. I think it's tonight, matter of fact. But nonetheless, right? I ain't here to talk about that. My mind ain't even on that Keyshawn Davis crap. With Bomack being back in Terence Crawford, let me tell you something. You know, it's funny because Floyd Mayweather says so many things that makes me laugh. But the one that I always laugh when I hear him say, a minor setback for a major comeback. That's what this was. It's just a minor setback in Bomack's situation for a major comeback. And the major comeback for him is going to be with getting Terence Crawford ready for Errol Spence. I don't know how it's going to work with him getting Eubank Jr. ready for Conor Benn. See, that is where the problem lies. Because he was coming off of a high. Although hey, look, in case you didn't know, there's some people who did not and do not want to give Terence Crawford's trainer, Brian McIntyre, Bomack, right? The Cheeto guy. They don't want to give him credit for that Eubank Jr. win over Liam Smith. They're saying he just came in, I think a month and a half out, something like that. And that what he showed Eubank Jr. didn't make a difference in the fight. Now, to that, I got to say, in the most respectful way, to all of those fans who don't want to give credit for having any kind of influence to ensure Eubank Jr. got that win over Liam Smith, that I kindly request you hold your horses and stop taking it to the stupid. Let me tell you something. We don't know if Bomack has escaped death when it comes to this gun charge in the UK. All we know right now is supposedly he's coming back to the States. But if there's nothing else to be done, he's getting away with a clean slate, no issue, coming back to the States, continue training fighters, training the youth, being involved in the community. Let me tell you something. The storyline for Crawford, Bomack, Omaha, Nebraska, it just gets even more interesting, more intriguing, and even bigger. Especially if Crawford comes back and fights Errol Spence at 154, and then he comes in and he tranquilizes Errol Spence again. I'm just telling you, I mean, the story can't get any more perfect. Because just when you see everything culminates to a head with Terence Crawford in his career, I mean, he's at the pinnacle of boxing right now. Brian McIntyre is at the pinnacle of boxing right now. Look at all the accolades that Errol Spence and his trainer, Derek James, received. Bomack received not really anything. He should get something this year. He's definitely in the running, isn't he? For trainer of the year. But man, with this arrest out there, that's the other thing. You just don't know how this damn politics works in the secret society. Hey, do we want to give this recognition to somebody who just got busted out there in the UK for having a weapon? You know what I'm saying? I mean, Bomack out there, people trying to spin the story like he hooked up with Claude and Ray from the movie Life and was going to start round 2 of the killing spree. And I'm not so sure that's the case. But that being said, hopefully the secret society and the politicians out here with the politricks don't try to sit there, man, and derail what's destined for Bomack, the Cheeto guy, which is trainer of the year. But talk about coming back, Terence Crawford clipping Spence at 154 within 4 rounds now. And talk about Eubank Jr. coming out and knocking out or stopping Conor Benn. under the tutelage of Bomack. I tell you what, no matter what you think about this man, you got to give him credit. Especially, like, Eubank Jr. was an animal. His dad created a beast. Roy Jones Jr., I'm not so sure what's going on down there in Pensacola with the gators, the squirrels, the roosters, the ducks, all the possum and armadillo, the cricket, the grasshopper, the locust, a firefly and all kind of stuff, man, going on, lizard, gecko, all them create chameleon, all them different salamander, all that stuff going on out there in country ass Pensacola, Florida. Poison ivy. But what I'm getting at, but Bomack being able to breathe life back into Eubank Jr.'s career to get that win against Liam Smith. I don't care. I want to hear about Liam Smith. He ballooned up to 200 pounds and surgery, had to kill himself to make weight. I don't want to hear that. If we're not going to use that excuse for any other fighter, we ain't going to use it for him, okay? It is what it is. He lost. But to see Eubank Jr. come back now, and if there's some little tweaks and refinements Bomack can continue to make and have an even grander impact on Eubank Jr., I'll tell you what, Eubank Jr. is going to be hard to beat. Now, imagine this, right? Plot twist. Eubank Jr. and Terence Crawford both want Canelo. Let me tell you something. Wouldn't that be crazy now? If Bomack is sitting there, he's training both of these guys, and Canelo decides, who knows what's going to happen. I'm not going to draw the line in the sand and say Canelo will not fight Eubank Jr. Canelo will not fight Terence Crawford. Anybody who's doing that, man, to that, I got to tell you, stop taking it to the stupid, right? And hold your horses. We don't know what Canelo's going to do. Canelo marches to the beat of his own drum. And Canelo could, depending on what goes on with him, if he wants to hold on to all those belts at 168, he could go after Terence Crawford. He could do it after Benavidez and after the issues with the WBC and the Secret Society, Al Heyman. That could be a fight that gets made. That could be something where they take a look at Eubank Jr. and have Canelo go fight out there in the UK and go out there and make $1 gazillion. You know what I'm saying? I mean, could fight in Saudi. What I'm saying is we don't know. This boxing stuff changes day to day. But how interesting it would be to see Bomack end up in position coming out of a huge fight with Errol Spence, right, with Terence Crawford, coming out of a big fight with Eubank Jr. and Liam Smith, that end up with one of those two fighters in a huge fight with Canelo. Tell you what, man. What Mayweather say? A minor setback for a major comeback, right? And Bomack set the comeback in a major way. Major way. That's if all the stars line up. You know what I mean? But who knows? Who knows? But that being said, let's see what happens next week. I'll give it to Wednesday because, sometimes things get delayed and stuff like that. I'll give it to the end of the week. If Bomack ends up back over here on U.S. soil, by then they should get some interviews out of him. We should know, hey, these are the conditions. Or there won't be any conditions, but we'll have a what's that shit we used to say all the time? We'll know the way ahead. Yeah, we'll know the way ahead when it comes to Bomack and the UK and the gun issue, and whether he can return and train Eubank Jr. He has to stay stateside. If it's going to be probation, if they're going to pick it up over here in the United States, we just don't know what's going to happen. But the one thing that we've heard so far, to me, that's enlightening is that if it's true, right, he should be back by next week. And hey, keep the party going, man. That being said, y'all keep cool. See what happens. All right, I'm in the breeze.